everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Shelly over at Crafty Cottage Dreams. I hope everybody is doing well today. It is Friday, yay! And I'm here to share another design team project for Lydia over at Raindrop Lila. And the digital kits I used are from The Blessings, and I used the Blessings tags, the Blessings tall layouts, the Blessings framed art, Blessings do-it-yourself cards, and the Blessings #2 tall background digitals. And I will post those down below in the description box along with Lydia's information. So I'm pretty excited about this. I had a really great time creating these. These are tall fabric covered journals, and they measure, oh gosh, do you think I'd ever come prepared? No. Let me grab my ruler. I have craft supplies all over my sitting area, so nothing is ever in its place. I'm sure you ladies understand that. So let's see. They measure 12 inches in length and 5 inches in width. They are pretty much both the same, like I generally always do. I always create 2 journals at a time. My last Savannah Rose journals, I created 5 at a time. That was a ton of ephemera making. And I'm actually going to be making some more Savannah Rose journals coming up, using Sharon's digitals over at the Journalocity shop. But I'm going to go back to my very first Savannah Rose journal that I created. It's going to be very simple and basic. It's going to be a Savannah Rose document journal, and it's using all of Sharon's digitals. And I just want to go back to my first one I ever created. I will probably be making, I'm not sure how many. I'll keep you posted on my progress. But enough of my chatter, so how about we get started? I love these journals. They're so squishy and they're so chunky, and yeah, it's just beautiful. And it's a fabric covered journal, and I used this sheer lace with the rosebuds, and then I covered it with this beautiful lace, and below the sheer lace is also a pink silk fabric. And I made a pocket in the front and added some embroidery rosebuds, which I did not embroider. I just cut them off from the fabric that I used for the covering here and added them on top of this lace. And I added this beautiful sari tie. I loved the pop it gave to this journal with all the correlating colors. I think it's gorgeous. So I am just going to slide this off. And we'll try to get, there's 2. So I will go through both of them. I'll try to get through this quickly. And then here I added this beautiful lace cluster here with this beautiful rose, which ties in with that. These beautiful embroidery. Just the whole fabric and the theme. It ties nicely in with these colors. So, and let's go through the front pocket. Here I decided to add this little rose, which ties in also with the front cover. It's on this, it's like a, just a wooden, which I wrapped some lace around. So that goes in the front pocket. And then I created this beautiful tall journal It's just a little tall mini journal, and this one measures 6 inches by almost 2.5 inches in width. And then I added this ticking fabric that I had, which corresponds with the inside of the journal, the fabric that I used, which I thought was delightful. And then I added some lace, and then I used Sharon's framed art, but I sized it smaller. Not sure if you can see it, but it's fabric as well. And I just added Lydia's background papers, the Blessings background papers, and certainly plenty of room to journal in. So I thought that was super cute. I didn't fill it, I left it blank. And then in here we have her beautiful tags. Isn't that just a gorgeous image? I added some lace up here. And you can certainly journal in the back. And then we have another beautiful tag I just adore making my lace clusters. And I made a cute little bow. You can certainly journal in the back. Here's another tag, a little bit of bling and applique. And I just love her background papers. I think the colors are phenomenal. So I won't put those back right away, but here's the front cover. And everything fit nicely in there. So let's take a walk on the inside. And I made some lace pockets here. And it's filled with more lace. And this lace here wraps around with this corresponding lace in the front. And I added a little applique. It's part of a placemat, but I cut it up and added this little piece here with the little rosebuds. And here's that beautiful ticking fabric that I was talking about. I think it goes perfectly. And I also hand stitched all around the journal, front and back. So it's all sewn together. Oh boy, they were being good. Blueberry and lemonade. So we have a small little tag here. I love this image. We have a button in one of my lace clusters. Certainly journal in the back. And then we have, these are from her create your own do-it-yourself cards, which I used and added some fabric here. I love that fabric, lace fabric. And then I just added some tags on the inside. It's got a cute little pearl bow here, again with my lace cluster. And then we have one of these, which I stamped with Sampool stamp. And then on the other side, we have another tag with a vintage button, lace cluster. That image is gorgeous. And that also goes right in there. Front pocket here. Oops. Then we have another tag. And that sits right on top there. And here is, I added some lace here. And of course I had to use my vintage tape because I don't know, I love the way it looks within my journals. I love the whole vintage vibe. And I added a little lace cluster here with some green bling. I love that. I love that image. I love her papers. In here I just did Got a paper clip with some seam binding in that green as well. Here I just did some collaging using lace, Lydia's Images. I added some florals, washi, book pages, just a bunch of collaging. And in the back, I adhered my ledger paper there. You can certainly journal in the back. Here I added some lace with that seam binding, my vintage tape, and I hope don't you just love this? I think this is my favorite image. I love the colors within this. Everything just ties in beautifully within this journal. I added some lace down here with an applique. Excuse me. And then here we have a paper clip with some seam binding. And here I created these little flowers with these beads. Washi tape, Lydia's background. I love these images. I think they're so cute. This isn't from Lydia's shop. These images are from, I showed it in yesterday's video. They're just a little packet of small little dainty images that I just adored using in this journal to make these, create this. And this is made out of handmade paper, which I embossed. Sample stamp, certainly journal over here on my vintage ledger. I love this. And then I used some doilies and I sprayed them. I just wanted a different texture. With, what did I use? I didn't use that one. I just sprayed them with some Shabby Shutters Tim Holtz spray. Distress spray there. I have this beautiful image. And we have my vintage tape here, which I love. And then here is from Lydia's. We have a oh my god, bulb lamp. Gosh, I added that ticking fabric here. Lydia's framed art, a little bow, and these are her little envelopes, which you can create. You just gotta cut them out and glue them. I don't have anything in there, but you can certainly add stuff if you'd like. And that just hangs over the top of this page. I love this image. I love the effect and the collaging. And then here we have a little lace cluster, which I adore doing with that green bling. And then here we have a mini paper clip with some seam binding. That image, some tatting. It's beautiful. Again, that's embossed on handmade paper. And then I just added some lace here. And then again, my vintage tape. I love the corresponding colors in here. It's just so perfect. I added some lace trim here. And then here's the center. I added that ticking fabric here as well. And these are pockets. And here we have this beautiful image. There's a couple more tags. Just added some lace, some bling. Certainly journal in the back. And then here's another one of those envelopes you can use to fill up. I love that image. And then we have a beautiful lace cluster up here with that green bling. We have another lace cluster, vintage tape. Here is some more ephemera. I added a brad in the center of that. This isn't from Lydia's collection. I had it left over from scraps. I forget where it's from. Yeah, I just thought it was beautiful. Floral washi tape, some lace, and this is on the embossed sandpaper. Plenty of room to journal on. I love my lace clusters. So pretty. More vintage tape. Some lace down here. Here is another one. You can certainly journal here. Lace and washi. Actually being good right now. They're being quiet. I love the colors in this journal. Some lace. And here's the back. Here's another pocket, which I filled. Why do I have so many back here? Anyway, I think this might go on the inside. Nope, it doesn't. Anyway, yes, we have another small tag here. Journal in the back. Lace cluster with a pearl bow. Here's another image, lace cluster with a vintage button. There's another beautiful tag. And then we have another one of those do-it-yourself cards. I added this fabric here. I love this fabric. I think it's beautiful. I love this image of these girls. Lace cluster with a vintage button. And there you have it, ladies. That is the first journal. And I'm going to take a short break. And let's put these back. And then I will be back shortly to present the second journal. Like I said, it's pretty much the same. Everything fits nicely in there. And that is my first journal. All right, short break, ladies. And then I will be back to present the second one. Okay, see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye. Hi guys, I am back. Here is my second journal. I'm gonna slide this right off. We're gonna go through this one rather quickly. Like I said, it's pretty much the same, just placement variation may be different. We have this filled with some laces for you. It's a journal. Nothing is in it. Specifically made for writing, or you can add to it if you choose to do so. It's a cute fabric journal. And then we have some beautiful tags. Family journal in the back. And those all sit nicely in the front. And I love this journal. It's so pretty. It's taller than my usual tall journals. Stitching all around. It is hand sewn. Like I said, it's pretty much the same. Some tags are sitting there. Some tags. Simple stamp. Pretty, and fit nicely right inside here. And isn't that image gorgeous? My lace cluster with that green link, vintage tape. Here we have another one of those envelopes. There's nothing inside it. You can certainly fill it if you choose to do so. Just clips right up in here. This. Don't you just love these colors all together? It's just so beautiful. I love it. I won't take all the tags out. It's the same. Collaged piece here. So beautiful. I love this image. Just reminds me of a beautiful painting. There's the center. I'll take the tags out. But yeah. I love that. Another one of those envelopes. I hope I'm in frame. There is the back. Here's some tags here. Now I know where that extra tag. I'm trying to make it as even as possible. Don't know why I had. So how about we put that one there? I knew it. Back pocket here. Those beautiful tags. And then we have another one of these. And that is it, guys. It's so pretty. I love everything about this journal. So gorgeous. I'm gonna put everything back here. And that is it, ladies. Those are my journals. Tall fabric journals for another Design Team project share for Lydia over at Raindrop Lila. Like I said, I will post all of her links and access to her digitals on everything that I used in these journals and these journals down below in the description box. And I will also be listing these journals in my Etsy shop sometime later today. And until next time, guys, much love and hugs. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.